The discovery of human remains in Lake Mead near Las Vegas, whose level is falling due to extensive drought, bringing horrific evidence from mafia activities to the surface, has startled the local people in the previous month. The identity of one of the bodies discovered inside a barrel has recently been the subject of speculation. On May 20, the New York Times speculated if he was a mobster who vanished after robbing the Stardust casino, a hotel manager wanted by the Chicago mafia, or a victim of a biker group attempting to take over mafia territory. Perhaps an inebriated person drowned in the lake after falling off a boat. Local Nevada independent journalist John L. Smith claims the body belongs to a man named John Pappas, which is one of the most rational techniques to identifying the poor individual. Greek-American in the early 1970s, the journalist's family friend Johnny Pappas, Yannis Panagiatakos, was a staunch supporter of the Democrats in the area. Due to his extroverted character, he worked in a variety of casinos in Las Vegas and had a large number of acquaintances. He'd relocated to Chicago a few years before. Pappas also had ties to the infamous Chicago Outfit, a mafia organization that included several Greeks, including a major figure named Gus Alex. Pappas found himself in charge of numerous well-known casinos and hotels in the broader Las Vegas area in the 1970s. The majority of them were owned by Alan Glick, a businessman and Vietnam veteran whose name was later discovered on various FBI agents researching organized crime lists. During a raid by police at the Stardust Hotel, owned by Glick and operated by Pappas, the head of the slots department, Jay Vandermark, mysteriously vanished. He was later recovered in Mexico, and then in Costa Rica, where he was murdered, according to unsubstantiated claims. On the evening of August 18, 1976, Pappas left home to meet two guys who expressed interest in purchasing his moored yacht at Lake Mead. Pappas' wife later informed police that her husband had left to seal the deal at Joe on Joe's Las Vegas Boulevard. Pappas, on the other hand, did not return home, according to Smith, who added that his car was discovered 3 days later in the parking lot of a hotel with the keys still in the ignition. Local newspapers wrote pieces based on the little data available, and Pappas' ties to the mafia were barely acknowledged. After a week, a police chief stated that there was no evidence that Pappas was still alive, and the narrative began to fade. Police announced the following month that they did not expect to find him alive. Journalists and even people who knew Johnny were deafeningly silent after that. By 1983, reports of underworld assassinations, bombings, and political scandals had long overshadowed Johnny's absence. The name of the missing Greek-American was becoming increasingly unusual. Pappas had been forgotten until 1985. Only one report came from journalist Ned Day, who wrote in an article regarding Glick's relationship with Pappas that the latter requested a meeting with his boss a few hours before his disappearance, but the meeting never happened. For years, authorities blamed Pappas' disappearance on Tony Spilotro of the Chicago Outfit, which seemed evident. Spilotro was wanted for more than 20 homicides, including the assassination of Vandermark and other potential mafia weak links in Las Vegas. Glick had left the Las Vegas casino sector by the summer of 1983. Lake Mead's waters were still at average levels at the time. Spilotro died in 1986, but owing to Martin Scorsese and Joe Pesci, he became a movie legend. Glick passed away in 2021, after a long and happy life in La Jolla. Vandermark may be the man in the first barrel in Lake Mead, according to police personnel with years of experience in the field of organized crime. However, another account claims that the body of the man with the bullet in his head is that of Johnny Pappas.